Good morning everyone, it's KrebsCOHO here with a Company of Heroes replay. I want you guys to get comfortable with this one, and well, just like every other cast to be honest. So get comfortable in your seats, get some food, kiss your wife, whatever, okay? Because we're going to be doing a high-in-demand replay, we're going to be looking at a PE vs Brit replay, so opposing front factions today. But I have to tell you guys right now, the micro isn't the absolute best. Unit preservation does go a little bit down, but I want you guys to appreciate the tactics that are employed in this game, because a lot of the replays that we watch are mostly based around people using the same set strategies, 4ES, 4EB, using two Volks, and then going up to what do you call it, MGs and stuff like that, the very standard stuff in the rulebooks. But these players are going to be throwing out the rulebook completely, and I want you guys to use this to help maybe stipulate or motivate some sort of thought thinking and strategy thinking, trying to come up with new strategies in Company of Heroes, okay? Alright, so we're at the 5-second mark, and well, I actually should probably introduce the players first. We're going to be looking at Jupiter72 as the Brits down south, and up north we're going to be looking at the PE player going by the name of PEclass. What an amazing name that is, PEclass, sort of like, you know, physical education back in school. PEclass, this is also Bodhidharma Kodachrome, one of my most favorite players, and he's going to be playing as Panzerleap. Alright, so we're at the 5-second mark, and we're going to be getting started in 3, 2, 1, and let's begin. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and on we go to another very exciting matchup in the Company of Heroes battlefield. Now, there's a lot going on already. We've got Shimwagens out. I want to tell you guys that a lot of times, a lot of these replays that we look at, people use common strategies. It's stuff that's already written down, and that's how a lot of pros get into the high positions of the leaderboard, because they become so good at using set strategies or so good at knowing how to counter a set strategy. What I love is people who can actually throw out the rulebook and try out something new, because I think if anything that's what a lot of people in the high tier leaderboards actually have a problem doing. It's when they have to adjust to something new, everything sort of starts going to mush. So this is what we're going to be looking at today. PEclass with his unusual strategies. Bodhidharma is well known for using unusual stuff, and if I'm supposed to actually name two of my most favorite players out there, one is going to be Bodhidharma, the other is going to be Epsilon Seb. Reason being because they're both decent enough players, Epsilon Seb being the better one, but they just throw out the rule book completely. They just use strategies that aren't even, you know, heard of. They use units that you would think would never combine together to actually make a good good effectiveness. But anyway, so we've got 4 Shimwagens out in the field. The Brit here is a little bit of a noob, and I want you guys to stick in to the very end of this replay, because there is a lot to learn from this tactics wise. Maybe you guys will get some ideas of what you can apply to your own game. So bear with the suffering a little bit, but it is going to get better and better and better. So the Brit should automatically, what you should do is cap one of these munitions points, say this one up here. Just get that Brit HQ onto that point and set it on down. That's what pretty much every single person does. Jupiter72 saying, no, good luck, have fun, pedophile. He's calling PEclass a pedophile. Alright, fair enough. And already the Shimwagen taking harassment from the Bren carrier over here. Maybe PEclass is trying to come up with a response. I don't know, maybe it's just a lack of micro. But this is what I mean, a lack of micro. And maybe this will make the game suffer a little bit, but it's good, trust me guys, it's good. Let the tactics provoke the thought process here. Jupiter72, okay noob. Wow, Jupiter72 is really provoking Bodhidharma, isn't he? But what you'll notice is that there's a lot of Shimwagens that have come out on the field. What is brilliant about it, we've seen actually 4, one's already destroyed. What we've seen already is those Shimwagens. That's going to allow a lot of capping power across the field. PEclass, you are not going to heaven. Alright. Just for a little bit of harassment, you are not going to heaven. That's actually a pretty good saying. You are not going to heaven. So we've got lots of Shimwagens out on the field. So most commonly, PE players go for Kettenkrads because of the sort of better abilities that the Kettenkrad has. The Kettenkrad has repair abilities from the tank destroyer tactics. It has It has camouflage from the Luftwaffe, which is very, very useful for Luftwaffe players. U for virus equals good luck, have fun. What the hell? Okay. You've also got on the Kettenkrad, if you go Scorched Earth, you can also put down booby traps. So those are all useful abilities. The Luftwaffe camouflage is probably the most useful one, and that's why people tend to go for the Kettenkrad. But anyway, for the Schimwagen, you've got different set of abilities. For the Luftwaffe, you got Mark Target, which allows you to see a unit through the fog of war for 20 seconds. And I'll admit myself, I don't use the Schimwagen too often. You can see the enemy target through the fog of war for 20 seconds, and it also increases the accuracy on that unit by 20%. So, very, very useful if you want to try to spot a sniper. You see him, you mark him, and then you can see him in the fog of war, and it also increases the accuracy against him, 20%. Very, very nice. Also, its other abilities, if it goes for the tank destroyer tactics, what does it get? What does it get? I'm struggling to remember now. Why do I want to say... tank destroyer is a mine. That's what it gets down. It gets a mine, so it's just a standard mine, but instead of the 25 munitions cost, it costs 35 munitions. But I suppose that's quite nice for PE, because then they actually get to put down mines, which is very hard for them to do unless they get an actual munitions half-track. But what you'll notice is that a lot of mines have been put down by Bodhidharma here. He's actually been harassing the Brit with tons of mines, and this is why I want the thought process to be provoking you guys here, because... how many times have you seen a player use mines by their Schimwagens? Very, very rare. How many times have you seen a PE player put down mines? Very, very rare. So, it's a good idea to try and... oh dear, crashing on his own mine here, because the lieutenant activated it. And another mine activated up there, and that's a Brit squad down. So these mines coming into effect here. Good usage of them. The final ability that the Schimwagens can get is when they go for Scorched Earth, they can put down Incendiary Trap. Usually, you'd have to put that somewhere where your enemy is going to be stationary, so in front of a strategic point, for example, is the best place to put it. Because when it's activated, it burns an area for a few seconds, a wee bit of time, and so whatever is caught up in that burning effect will, well, burn. But okay, we've got a Vickers over here firing across this way. You can tell he's a little bit of a newbie because he's going for SimCity-like offenses, the Brit player. He's putting down MG emplacements right in front of the base, just trying to prevent the PE from getting the cutoff points and just trying to prevent him from getting out of his base entirely. But anyway, what we see is a leapfrog from... we actually don't see much of a leapfrog. It was actually a Kampfgruppe company, then a logistics company. So the Kampfgruppe company actually getting the mortar half-track here, trying to allow... oh god, we've got mines going off everywhere, don't we? Mines, mines, mines. Jesus Christ, how many mines are going off? We've got another mine over here. Just... I see what's happening. The mortar half-track was actually firing down at it and activated some mines, and that's enough to actually destroy that mortar in place, or that MG emplacement. So unusual strategies indeed by the PE to be getting those Schimwagens. I know they're all destroyed now. That is very bad unit preservation. Try to keep them alive if you ever go for such strategy, but you guys are getting the idea. The reason he went for those Schimwagens was to cap around the field fast and to also put down mines. Wow, that lieutenant is right beside a mine. Lieutenant gone. And that leaves the mortar half-track some free roam. Well, for how long? Well, not long. Being finished off by the Bren carrier there, way too easy. And that is what the PE have left. Just 2 Panzergrenadier squads and a Schimwagen coming out on the field. He's still going for Schimwagens. Very funny stuff. I guess he wants to use it for capping, but maybe then again, you never know. Bodhidharma using unusual stuff. Putting a mine right in front of there. No way for the Brits to get around that unless they get some sort of recon section. Oh dear, to spot it and then destroy it. But okay, Bren carrier instead going in to crash into it. I don't really understand the reasoning behind it, but fair enough. So Panzer Grenadiers trying to finish off the squad. Logistics company upgrading the larger squad sizes, so that's 4-man squads on the Panzer Grenadiers at the moment. Left hand side we've got the Schimwagen over there, we've got some flanking infantry section coming up over here with the recon squad upgrade on it. But they want to finish off that Bren carrier, and it'd be a good idea to do so because it's so badly damaged, and it looks like they're going to be able to do it quite easily here. Whilst on the right hand side we just got that MG emplacement firing away at the building, doing minimal non-existent damage, and that is the Bren carrier gone down. Bye-bye Bren carrier, and tons of Panzer Grenadiers. So this is looking to form out to be some sort of Panzer Grenadier spam. Lots and lots of Panzer Grenadiers. Okay, fair enough. But what's he gonna get from it? Well, who knows? He's only got 80 munitions at the moment. This infantry section isn't going to be lasting too long against 12 men. The numbers are far in the superiority in the hands of the Panzer Elite. So come on guys, retreat! Retreat, Brit! You need to learn when to retreat. There we go. That's always getting on back. Whilst this Brit is putting down a mortar emplacement, which is probably the wrong thing to do, to be honest. If you're going to get a mortar emplacement, try to get it down earlier in the game. And also you need to get the right doctrine to go along with it, so you can get the supercharged artillery rounds. But okay, instead this infantry section looks like it might be going down. One infantry section already going down, that recon squad, and the other one! And the other one! Wow, so close, getting some cover up behind the headquarters. Another one being finished off, dropping the Bren gun on the ground. And there's a mine right there. This is too funny. The Schimwagen is just harassing like hell, putting down a mine right at the reinforcement point of the headquarters over here. Just trying to harass whatever comes out of there. The Bren carrier being taken down pretty much instantly. Way too many squads. This squad gathering up a Bren gun right there. And what is this Schimwagen gonna be doing? Putting down another mine? I don't know. But it looks like it's a bunch of Panzer Grenadier blob at the moment. A Panzer Grenadier spam. But what we see right now is that Churchill coming out. A mine just placed down right there. Come on, get it out! Oh! I thought the blast radius from the Churchill shooting might have actually activated that mine, but the Schimwagen going down there could maybe have easily gotten away from that. But activating a mine, taking some damage, that's a damaged engine. Also hitting them, yeah. Also collateral damage on the headquarters right there as well, taking damage from a mine. How often is it that you see a stationary headquarters take damage from a mine? Not too often at all. So at least the damaged engine on the Churchill right here is preventing it from moving around the field too quickly, so these Panzer Grenadiers have more free roam. And so instead, what they're doing is going around the field and capping, preventing the Brits from getting too much resources. Notice how the Brits have actually gotten a mine plow on the front of this Churchill. It's an upgrade. It just basically allows you to waltz through mines without taking damage. But I don't think he actually had that mine plow activated or upgraded when he went over that first mine over there. But a better player would have seen those mines being placed down. They would have realized that they needed to get that first, or just avoid that area in general. So what we got is Panzer Shrek squads coming out. Look, lock, PC, gay, what? PEclass saying no heaven for you. Can we, and you know why. Can we make that a saying on the channel? Can we make that a saying on the channel? No heaven for you whenever your opponent is taunting you, provoking you, saying mean stuff, calling you a pedophile, calling you a virus or whatever. No heaven for you. There is no heaven for you. Indeed, no heaven for Jupiter 72 over here. So is Churchill just trying to go around the field and harass, but he needs repairs, and he's not going to get repairs unless he has some sappers out on the field. So what we have is another Churchill out by Jupiter 72. So two Churchills meant to try to counter all these Panzer Grenadiers on the field. So if you take a look, we've got a total of 6 Panzer Grenadiers out on the field, 1 of Panzer Shreks. They've also gone for the tank destroyer tactics, and that is going to allow them, if they keep on going down along the let me try to remember. Down along the left hand side it's Teller mines, then the Hetzer, then double Shreks, I believe. When you get double Shreks, it allows you to also throw double anti-tank grenades as well. And that's going to complement quite nicely if he goes for loads of Panzer squads. So it's hard work to get stats like these. I think they're just using sarcasm at the moment. Bodhidharma actually does tend to lose a lot of his games. The reason why I love this guy so much is because he tries to do different things. Fair enough, he doesn't have the best of unit preservations, but it's just you have to appreciate he tries different things. And he stays in a game to the very end. You can tell he just enjoys the game for what it is, and I appreciate that attitude. That's what I really like about it. Fair enough, it's not the best game. The micro isn't exactly there. The strategies aren't exactly employed for the Brits. I'd like to see how the PE would fare against a more expertly played, prepared Brit player. You can apologize and go to heaven or not. No heaven for you. And mass retreat for these Panzer Grenadier squads. Massive blob being formed up here. Oh my god, look how many he's got. He's got 8 Panzer Grenadier squads with Panzer Shreks. Notice how they have the special camouflage on them as well. So these are the ones that are built strictly from the buildings. So it means that they cost more manpower, but no munitions to actually upgrade them with the Panzer Shreks. And I suppose he is limited by the munitions at the moment. He's got a huge majority of the field, but he's limited by munitions. I guess those Shimwagens putting down so many mines, and he still needs to upgrade his Panzer Grenadiers. Not really, just hit auto match and leave to take a dump. Repeat process. Okay. Alright, fair enough. Well, I guess he enjoys the game. Okay, very interesting conversation, very trollish indeed. Alright, so let's take a look what's going on around the field. HQ is a smoldering wreck at the moment. It just looks like... yeah, it just looks like a carcass, doesn't it? Torn to pieces. And let's see where the blob is moving on up. We've got the blob going along the left-hand side of the map, trying to chase off some people. These guys crashing on that mine, and the headquarters taking more damage from the mine. Look at that, we've got craters surrounding the HQ here. Are these Churchills going to be effective? Well, I don't know, to be honest. They both got mine plows because they're so afraid of mines. They're so used to the PE putting down mines. That's actually quite a nice thing. So, if you're a PE player and you start spamming mines, Krebs, what time is it where you are? It's like 5:20 where I am. It's like 10 o'clock over where I am in the UK. If you see the PE player spamming down mines and then your opponent goes for a bunch of, you know, anti-mine upgrades like mine plows or whatever, mine flails, then hey, you could just maybe stop getting mines, and that means your opponent sort of wasted munitions trying to get those mine upgrades. Anyway, tons and tons of Panzer Grenadier squads out here. And no anti-infantry whatsoever. No, Bodhidharma obviously realizes that there's no infantry out in the field. It's just tanks at the moment. The Brits have gone for their Churchills, which means they're sort of desperate. That all they can really get at the moment is Churchills. Their HQ went down. They pretty much have no base buildings to work with. And so they can only work with Churchills. So more and more and more and more and more Panzer Grenadier squads. We have total of 9 Panzer Grenadiers, mostly with Panzer Shreks out on the field right now. It's become a Panzer Shrek spam, not only a Panzer Grenadier spam, but a Panzer Shrek spam. Coming around from different angles, different sides. We've got blobs moving along the right, the left, the middle, the center line. Moving back, getting themselves reinforced. The way you are, heaven does not... Oh, I should miss that. No heaven for you! No heaven for you! I think it's funny. I think I'm actually going to start using that saying in games when people are moaning or something or trying to be provocative. No heaven for you. Alright. Some more guys just trying to come up from a harassing point of view. And these Panzer squads going down along the left-hand side. I guess they want to harass the base, and that means that the guys in the middle, the Churchills, need to come on back. So we saw that field support truck coming down, and we see the sappers finally coming out on the field here to get these Churchills repaired at last. But look at that, we've got guys coming in from every single side. Panzerschrecks, 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 Panzerschrecks. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And if they keep on going, they're gonna get double Panzerschrecks soon. Notice how they've actually, Bodhidharma's gone for offensive veterancy for his Panzerschreck squads. Reason being, because if you go for offensive veterans, oh, well anyway, he's supposed to go for his offensive veterancy. It looks like it's quite a mixture at the moment. But if you go for offensive veterancy on Panzerschreck squads, which is the usual thing to do, that's usually the best thing. Why? Because it increases the rate of fire, increases the reload rate, the firing rate, increases the accuracy, and also increases the penetration dealt. So, which is very important for Panzerschrecks to try and penetrate and also have improved accuracy and improved firing rate. And so that's why I usually go for offensive veterancy. But you can tell all along the battlefield, MG is being destroyed. Churchill's trying to save the day, and more MG emplacements being put down. Bad choices by the Brits. Definitely not what he needs right now. Churchill's and MG emplacements is not saving the day. These MG emplacements are clearly not stopping the Panzer Grenadiers with their infinite Panzerschreck squads. Holy crap, how many squads is that? 4, 5, 10, 12. 12 squads! See, this is why I love Bodhidharma, just because everything he does is just a troll. Everything he does, as they say in the UK, is a piss take. It's just all trollish, it's just different, and it's refreshing in a way. 12 squads, I know we hate blobs, but I mean, 12 squads has gone to the proportions of just being ridiculous. And so now we've got these 12 squads moving on up over here, all in one single line fashion. A bunch of them not even reinforced. Who cares? Because he's got double Shreks out. You can tell. Look at all these Panzerschrecks. Oh my god! Look how fast they fire. Oh my jeez. Have you ever seen that many Panzerschrecks firing across the battlefield at once? They want to pick up that Panzerschreck quite badly. Because it's a free Panzerschreck. It's Panzerschreck that they dropped. Not that they really need it. I mean, look how many Panzerschrecks they already have anyway. Not gonna make a huge difference. Oh my gosh, they're all just moving up in a blob. Even just squads of one man in it doesn't even matter. How many squads does he have now? Oh my. 5? 12. Yeah, that's still 12, I think. I think if I'm counting that right anyway. Maybe it's 13, I don't know. Panzer Grenadiers completed. No, that would be a 13th one then. Oh my god. 13 squads. 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 13 squads out on the field of Panzerschrecks. Gotta be wrecking havoc on the Brit here. And see, this is what I mean. This is why it becomes a little bit evident of probably who's gonna win. All these Panzerschrecks is... oh my gosh. These Brits definitely don't have a chance. Vickers not even gonna have a chance of suppressing this, and the Churchill coming in. But this is where it's gonna count. These flanking squads. The middle ones just being the bait over here. But these ones coming around the side gonna be taking out the field support truck. Very, very easy. No problem. And another Churchill out. Oh, but it's a Churchill Crocodile. So because I think there's so much infantry, this guy believes that a Churchill Crocodile would be a better thing to go for. I disagree. I mean, flames are good against infantry, but you have to get a little bit close and frontal with it. I would say an AVRE would be better to seal the deal against these Panzerschreck squads. Oh dear, indeed. Oh dearie me. Oh my gosh, look how much damage he's taking, it's so fast. And this one trying to come in, maybe he's gonna get his tank shock ability down. Is he gonna get it? Wow! Look how many Panzerschrecks were unleashed and how many shots the Churchill could absorb there. But a ton of squads must have died, or men must have died, because a bunch of Panzerschrecks been dropped right here. But it's a cycle of death and life, the circle of life. These middle squads are back. in play, now taking out that MG Vickers emplacement, and the other one's getting reinforced on up. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to count how many squads are on the field now. And just constant harassment. So many squads he can be constantly harassing. These Churchills are going to be on overtime right now, trying to repair everything around the field. But at least that field support truck is out, so no more sappers can be built. But it's becoming a brute force method for Bodhidharma to try and win this. He got another tank buster squad. He's just building strictly tank busters. This is ridiculous. One squad going down right there, but look how many Panzer Shreks. Oh my gosh. Panzer Shrek blob much? They need more offensive veterancy. And he's even throwing, I think that was an AT grenade right there. I think that was actually an AT grenade. One Churchill going down. Big loss for the Brits, but it doesn't even look like it matters. Oh my god, look how many Panzer Shrek this is. This is ridiculous. It's almost like they're firing whilst they're running. Oh my. Oh dear. The amount of veterancy they just earned, all these squads. Wow. Veterancy achieved. The funny thing is that they share experience as well, because Panzer Leads, whenever they destroy something, it's the veterancy you share between all the squads, so they all get the same equal amount with all the units in that zone within the vicinity, right? Don't know what the hell he was doing there. I guess that must have been a bit of micro fail. But yeah, they share experience, and so that was tons and tons of veterancy for these squads over here. How many squads does he have now? 3, 6, 7, 8, 11? Nah, it has to be more than that. I probably can't count some of these. Yeah, there's like 4 over here. Wow, well, it's a lot. It's a lot. There's 8 on this side. I think it's about 12. So all the Brits have to work with right now is just this one Churchill Crocodile! And just a few infantry sections. Yeah, definitely not helping. When your opponent is getting so many Panzer Shrek squads, I think that's probably a good indicator not to go for more Churchills. So you should probably start getting some infantry, like infantry. So with the Bren guns, with the lieutenants to provide some support. Yeah, that would probably be a better thing to do. But anyway, here comes a massive blob on the left-hand side. Annihilating the Vickers like nothing. So another big waste for the Brits to be going for more Vickers. And throwing, what the heck is that? AT grenades! He doesn't even care, he's throwing AT grenades. He's throwing AT grenades on top of the infantry and still doing damage, which is impressive. But hey, that's Bodhidharma for you. He's got so much guys, he needs anti-infantry capabilities, so he's gonna use AT grenades on freaking infantry. Anyway, that should be the game over, no? Yeah, there we go, that's it. That's the game over. That was the HQ taken out. All base buildings gone for the Brits there. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I admit this was quite a noobish game. The Brit really didn't know what he was doing. We saw massive blobs, but I think we can maybe agree that this game should provoke some thought, okay? So, Shimwagens can be useful. You can use them in a different capacity. It just means you have to tweak your strategy. And if your opponent is a little bit of a noob, then maybe you could go for gigantic Panzer Shrek spam at the very end of the match. I suppose harass them like to no end. I suppose even if the Brit got infantry, anti-infantry to try and combat these Panzer Grenadiers, there are so many Panzer Grenadiers out in the field. They're just harassing the bases like crazy. I don't think the Brit could be everywhere at once, but anyway, I guess that's where everything falls apart for the Brits. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this replay, and of course, until next time, well, just let me know what you guys want to see next. Until next time, I will catch you all later. Right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.